It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Houston Texans and the Minnesota Vikings. Coming up next.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at US Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn. Happy to be with you. And CD, as we get this thing going, give the folks at home something to keep their eye on.
The running game for both teams, because I think this is going to be an old-fashioned, old-school type of a game. Physical, who wins up front, who runs the ball the best and controls the clock, they will come out the victor.
Here's the former UCLA Bruin, Kymie Fairbairn, to get this one started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And a good return, but he pays the price at the end of it as he's picked up and thrown down. The Vikings offense making their way out behind their former number 3 overall pick, who spent his last year as a 49er. It's Sam Darnold.
And he's still been looking for that one situation to allow all of his talents to come together. He's hoping that he found it here. Plenty of playmakers on the outside and a team that's willing to run the football to let his talent shine.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
And that certainly could be a sign of things to come, because they're blitzing to start this ball game, and it works for them there as they force the incomplete pass.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Here's Darnold. He's got this one complete to Sherfield. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he's going to be marked down short of the 1st down. Needed the 40, but he's a yard or 2 shy. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. Texans offense heading out behind their quarterback in his 2nd season. Last year's Offensive Rookie of the Year, C.J. Stroud.
And he's coming off of a truly remarkable rookie season where he quieted a lot of his doubters in a most emphatic fashion. Remember, going into the draft, many thought he was the number 2 quarterback coming out of college. He proved quickly he was a top quarterback going into the NFL. One of the best rookie seasons by a quarterback in recent memory. And what's scary about it, he's not even close to reaching his ceiling.
A first carry here for Joe Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing, because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
Stroud to throw it. There's the former Viking, Stephon Diggs. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
And with C.J. Stroud on a rookie deal, the Texans decide to go all in this offseason, picking up perennial Pro Bowl receiver Stephon Diggs. And now with him in the mix, Houston hopes he can be the piece that can take this offense over the top come playoff time.
He'll let this go deep for Collins. And he's got it inside the 10. And mark him down all the way inside the Minnesota 10. A huge play there for Houston. 53 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Stroud looking to throw. And it's caught. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. As they've got it as we resume action. Mixon. Touchdown, Houston. So that a great sequence for these guys to begin the ball game. They force the punt on one end, then come right down the field and score on the other.
And that's a great example of leaning on each other and building a little momentum that way. How about the defense forcing the punt, turns it over to the offense with confidence, and they take it downfield and score.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. So that drive 7 plays in length. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. And the Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Darnold. Middle of the field to Jefferson. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's Darnold. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A play fake, and it's Darnold. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Like it's been this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage, but when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Now Darnold. This one brought in by Jefferson. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Two minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Here now, 3rd and a yard. To throw is Darnold. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Texans will take over. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Throwing now is Stroud. It's complete to Diggs. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Stroud. That's complete. It's Collins. A 5-yard pass on 1st down and another 5-yard connection there. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. That one complete. It's tanked down. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Stroud. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. But prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
Now Stroud. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. Stroud will look to throw once more. That is caught by Dell. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that will bring up second down. And that extra yardage makes this upcoming field goal attempt much more manageable.
Agreed, because when you talk to defensive coordinators, they always tell us the 35-yard line on our side of the field, that's the line we guard the most aggressively, because once they get there, they believe they're in field goal range.
So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
It was Joe Mixon who had it working in the first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Ten 10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Texans going to take over here to start quarter number 3. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
And Stroud now to throw. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Looking to throw. Stroud. And Diggs has it. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's second down. The throwing again is Stroud. He'll find Diggs once more on the completion. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Stroud out of the gun here. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Schultz. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. In motion right, that's Dell. Here's a fake on the jet sweep and a run up the middle with Mixon. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th. Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal. Mixon trying to punch it in. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game.
And that right there is the definition of a statement drive. You're in the 4th quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101, check that box.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. And now out comes Minnesota.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Darnold. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Here's Darnold. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Second and 10.
Back to throw, Darnold. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Darnold to throw again.
Looking for Addison again, and he's got him again.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. Forced out to his left. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
He's got this one complete to Sherfield. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Complete. Jefferson the target. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Sam Darnold taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Vikings are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, Their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And now out comes Houston. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Inside handoff to Mixon. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll be taken down at the 34. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So Sam Darnold in the offense. Down by 13. 40 seconds to go. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Darnold to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hole.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so, because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
So the road a little tougher here. Now 1st and 20. Darnold. That's taken in by Sherfield. And he will get out of bounds here. So soft defense to start the drive as he's up quickly past the 35.
Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now Darnold. And he's got this to Jefferson.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? One last throw down for Darnold. Being chased out left. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com.